Welcome one, welcome all back to First Sip here at Elevated Beer, Wine, and Spirits in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. I'm Matt, this is Tom, and today we are going to be launching into our Oktoberfest beers. And Tom, it seems a little early maybe to do that. We're just at the end of August. But September is actually the month of the Oktoberfest festival. We've got fall coming up, so there's nothing wrong with moving into a little bit of darker beers and enjoying the fall chill in the air.
Definitely. Traditionally, yes, Oktoberfest starts and happens in Germany in September. We'll see it September through October here in the States, these beers being popular. Really nothing better in my mind, being outside as the leaves start to change with a kind of a Märzen style beer, just a darker lager, kind of crisp copper, caramely notes in the malt. And you got to get outside, maybe get a bonfire going, cleaning up the leaves, and you have one of these, and you start to get ready for the change of season.
So Tom, what can you tell us about Oktoberfest beers, about Schwandtoberfest, and about Bauhaus as a brewery?
Well, a couple things. First of all, Bauhaus in Northeast Minneapolis, a craft brewery here locally, has a German lean to it. They specialize in lagers, and German-style beers, so the Oktoberfest style right in their wheelhouse. This particular is their seasonal. We have the main lineup as well as the variety 12-pack, which is handy if you want to just kind of get everything at once.
The Bauhaus Brew Labs mini pack. So Tom, I'm starting to get a first sip of Schwandtoberfest. And some of the things that I'm noticing is that it's a little sweeter than the beers that I've been drinking over the summer. A lot more kind of roasty, toasty, caramely malt flavors in there. But I'm also noticing in comparison to other Oktoberfests that I've had that there's still a little bit of hoppiness in there to balance it out, to make it a little bit more crispy, and to kind of make it finish really, really clean.
Yeah, this isn't certainly not an overly hoppy beer. The malt is the star of the show, a Märzen lager style. So you're going to have those copper, caramely malts, roasty, toasty, great description for this. It's going to be a little bit more of that richness than some of your summer beers, but not quite getting into the thicker, rich, robust beers of winter. So it makes sense seasonally that this would be your stepping stone. Definitely some sweetness up front, but that gives away to some of that toastiness, and it kind of blends in with the bitterness from the hops to really round out to kind of a nicely balanced beer, very refreshing, but a little bit of chewiness to that malt that you can kind of sink your teeth into a little bit, and really transitional beer from season to season. We look to the beers to kind of tell us where we're at with the seasons, or we can just go outside, but the short season for Oktoberfest, kind of September, October, is when you're going to see those beers. It's a great style. It's really enjoyable. A lot of fun surrounding those, so it's a good opportunity to get out and try those types of beers.
Yeah, and I like what you said, Tom, about it being a stepping stone or a transitional beer. With it not being overly sweet or overly dark, it's not necessarily getting into what I think of as a cold weather beer. And with that hoppiness, it still does have that refreshing factor.
Yeah, very cool. 5.7% ABV, 27 IBU, so a little bit of hops there, a little bit more, but again, not overly citrusy, anything like you'd see in the IPAs we feature. This is just more of a backbone to set off those sweet malts, kind of bring it together. Bavarian style fest beer, a lot of fun from Bauhaus. We have the full lineup from them, a great local craft brewery. So lots to check out.
Yeah, so if you're filling up your cooler for Oktoberfest parties, Bauhaus, you could fill a cooler with all of their beers, including Schwandtoberfest, and you'd be all set to go. Thanks for watching First Sip, guys. Come check out Bauhaus and Schwandtoberfest here at Elevated Beer, Wine, and Spirits in White Bear Lake. We also have a location in South Minneapolis. Cheers.
Cheers.